discretion is advised.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geeking Out. I'm yours truly, the Dave Bata here with my boy Don Frickin' Prime. What is up, bro?
Gentlemen and ladies. Good evening, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, y'all? My God, guys, what a freaking week! What a freaking week! I know we got so many freaking releases, through through the May 4th, but this would be a good day to recap because look what happened. Look what happened. We got a lot more Sideshow stuff versus a lot of what Hottoys dropped, but hell, exactly. This is better from last year, to be honest, because we had the ESB Boba Fett Vintage and ESB Darth Vader 40th anniversary reissued reissued paint job. Mm-hmm. From last year's May the 4th. So this May the 4th is a freaking Febreze compared to what we got last year.
Oh, exactly. And there's still more, tempting tidbits, especially with Sideshow. And if that's the Grievous in the Protos, that's supposed to be the upgraded one, there are battle droids in there. So, Sideshow, just do it and re-release your battle droids, because at this point, why hasn't Hottoys done it? Because they've shown the prototypes, they've shown the models of the B1s, and again, if they're going to do B2s, just release them now, because there's such an overlap for the clankers. Again, Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Mando with the Death Watch. You're going to get your 5 and army builds, because the Death Watch Mandoms themselves come with different armor plates, so you can actually armor build. And again, that's a gold mine. Why isn't Hottoys jumping on, again, clankers? And Sideshow, I think, is going to do the same thing. They might update them a little bit. They'll reintroduce them.
Now, talking about that, right? Do you feel that Sideshow might introduce the Stormtrooper, their Clone Trooper Stormtrooper line again, like the Fives and Fives and Echo Arc
on
Troopers?
The actual clones? No, I don't think so, because I think that's something that Hottoys will eventually get to, is the Echo and Fives, the ARC Troopers. I do definitely think they're going to do that, because again, even with Rex has the basic idea or parts to make the commandos and the troopers and that are required. So, and again, they've already got the prototype for the airborne trooper, and again, that would lead to a purge trooper.
The airborne troopers that we do see in the promos from. Okay, let's see. At Anakin Twins, I'm gonna have to leave for a Zoom call in a few minutes, but wanted to pop in and show you some love. Thank you, Anakin Twins. Thank you for popping in. Good luck with that. Good luck with that Zoom call. I know it gets wild in there. Mm-hmm. Also, guys, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And to the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day to you as well. I know this stream is probably going to be a little down as far as like viewership is concerned, because it's a holiday and pretty much not many people out there to be here on the stream. Like, I had people cancel on me because it's Mother's Day. I was like, oh crap, today's Mother's Day. That's happening.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, thank you all for who are popping in. Aloha Nate and D Prime. Yes. Thank you, Michigan Jedi. Wow, you changed up your name. Your name was a lot longer than that, bro. I know. I know you threw in some different names in there. I think it was Hawaiian or something. I can't remember, but I know your name was a lot longer than that. But yes. Also, yes. Thank you, guys. Smash that like button, and also. There is no Bacardi Nate tonight. I gotta go to work tonight. Okay, so no Bacardi Nate. Maybe next time. Maybe some big event happens again. Maybe I have an off day because I gotta go to work. I gotta make this money to pay off these Hottoys. Okay, so.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's all for that plastic crack addiction.
Plastic crack addiction. I wanted to make it short and sweet. Oh yeah, it works out here too. 808 Michigan Jedi. That works, man. That works.
Yep, short, simple, and to the point.
Yes, but yeah, guys. That release of General Grievous does bring me a little hope with Sideshow, to put out other figures from their line. I know that what Don Prime said, that we might not see any Echoes or Fives figures or any clone troopers from that line, because Hot Toys still has that licensing with them. With the troopers anyway. So I don't know how that will work with Sideshow to re-release figures they already come out like freaking 8 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how many have seen the post, but Sideshow actually responded to Comiconcept's inquiries about the figure. And Sideshow responded, obviously the cape is new and updated. The paint apps are going to be new and more intricate and actually more detailed. And the joints are going to be fully updated with new materials, and supposedly re-engineered. So, again, that's what Sideshow is putting out, that this is basically an updated, it's not a straight reissue, it's an update. So, I mean, we will know when we have it in hand, but, that gives a little bit of hope as well. If they're coming out and they're willing to say that, they have to have some hope in this figure and hope that they've rectified some of the previous issues.
Yes, that's the one concern I had with this General Grievous, because at the moment we didn't know if there was going to be a straight up reissue or a literal 2.0 because of the fact that of the release date. A lot of people were speculating, because of that short release date, that it was going to be another Jedi Patrol trooper, where they found some batches in the back of the warehouse. Like, oh crap, this is another set of batches that never got to sell. So hell, it's gonna be wild. The fact that's actually wild if they had just found a batch of General Grievouses from freaking 8 years ago that never got sold, and then they try to repurpose them. I'm like, nah, man, you need to reissue you need to re-update the entire figure, because probably the bodies in there are not working at all.
Yeah. Now, as far as the clones, I will say with a caveat, we might be able to see animated clones from Sideshow. Again, because that might be another separate license. So, again, we're getting into conjectures, but again, if they're working on the animated versions of Anakin, Obi-Wan, they're working on an animated Grievous as well, then why not animated versions of clones and animated versions of flankers?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, because I remember you mentioning this the other day, right? Where it was another stream where General Grievous could have a repainted head sculpt, and you were thinking that, they're working on a animated General Grievous.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know if it, and it's one of those things. Would it be strictly from Clone Wars, or was it going to be from a combination of Clone Wars and the anime from 2003, the original one where it shows why he coughs, where Mace Windu crushes his chest. So who knows,
dude? If Sideshow drops an animated Mace Windu, dude, I like I said, I am picking up these Sideshow figures. I know the quality. I know the quality, and I understand the quality. It's not compared to Hot Toys, but it's pretty cool to add to your Clone Wars collection.
Yeah. I mean, this is pre-ordered. This was, like I said, one of the fastest, no hesitation pre-orders I've ever placed. I've already ordered a set of CCFL sabers being built for this figure, so I'll already have sabers for this guy ready in hand when he comes in, and I've already got adapter ports all ready to go to connect everything in. So
you'd be out of your mind not to pre-order this right now for this, because hell, you could, if this figure ends up being a limited figure, like Sideshow is promoting, it's a limited damn figure, because they keep pushing the damn a release date on it, because they're taking in more batches. There was a question that popped up. That's the reason why they pushed it to August or in September, because that's the third wave of batches they're working on. So if you are in the August, if you pre-ordered on the August and September line, that's your third batch. Versus Don Prime, who ordered it on freaking the minute it popped up. You got the July, right?
No, it's originally it was June to July. Then it shifted to June to August. And again, that's still first batch, but again, during our stream, then it started shifting to second batch. And then I think by the time we were almost done, it had shifted to third batch. So, and again, if they're saying this is a limited figure, I don't know how accurate. I don't know what their term of limited is, but I wouldn't necessarily wait on this. Again, because this is something that came out of left field. And if this thing was 380 and they said while it was being released that it had all the updated joints, this still would be selling like hotcakes. But the fact it's 285, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I know people are complaining about the price, and I was complaining about the price at one point because when I was complaining about the price, I was complaining about the price because if this figure was literally a reissue with no updates.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is ridiculous. If Sideshow, like, you would lose so much points if Sideshow ever did that. Reissue this figure knowing the problems this figure has, from the original release of 2013, and you bring this back with no updates, you are out of your freaking minds putting an extra $40 freaking on this price tag, knowing this figure is going to break down the moment it gets released to the public.
Yeah. I mean, and just this is an opportunity. If this comes out, really, really well, like Sideshow has the ability to say, okay, this is what we're actually capable of, and this is what we've produced. It's one of those things to almost reestablish themselves, and it's also going to force Hottoys to up their game as well. Because if Sideshow can legitimately, in some aspects, challenge Hottoys, maybe not in the parts quality, but in closeness, in a certain percentage of details and likeness. Again, Hottoys is one of those, they need competition, and hopefully Sideshow's ready to actually.
Yeah, there is no competition. There's someone did bring it up. Competition is good. Yes, it reminds Hottoys that you're not the big boy on the block, even though you are the big boy on the block. But you should. I was watching the Nobi stream the other day, and Zach said a good quote from Bane, and I think it was he was paraphrasing the quote, but pretty much victory to Batman. Victory was your loss, or victory owned you. Okay,
victory has escaped you.
Yes. Victory has escaped you, pretty much.
When he's fighting in the water treatment plant, when Catwoman traps him, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I think a lot of people feel about Hottoys is that they're going towards the hype and not following it. You know what I mean? And that's what Denobi said as well.
They're getting too big for their britches without realizing what got them there in the first place, and the fact that people are smart and they're going to eventually. Do it one too many times. People are going to vote with their wallet. They're just going to not stop. They'll collect other things. They'll go to a different line, or they'll just stop collecting altogether. If, again, complacency kills. If Hottoys is complacent, it's going to eventually kill a decent amount of their business because people are paying good money for this, and they don't want, second, third rate efforts on the product they're receiving.
Now, here's the other thing, too. Hottoys is a distributor of Sideshow over at HK as well, and they are selling this figure as well over there. So Hottoys is aware of this release. They're not blind. They're aware of the release. They're selling it over there, through Hottoys over there in HK, and they're selling it for about $250, so $30 cheaper. So pretty much at retail from 2013's release. So it's going to be interesting how Hottoys sees the market with this figure over there, and just maybe, Hottoys has something planned with General Grievous. But at the end of the day, the price in R&D for this figure to get it just right for pretty much a DX version for this figure is going to be. The price is going to be going like Dogecoin.
Yeah, exactly.
to the moon.
And now with the recent success of Mandalorian and specifically like mainland China, I think on big ticket items like this, Hottoys might want to wait a little while to see if the Mandalorian leads to people watching the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, because again, and as other people have said, and even last night with Hottoys, prior to Mando, Star Wars didn't sell in mainland China.
Exactly. No, that's the thing. A lot of these Hot Toys, like I said it in the live stream, when I started collecting 2 years ago, a lot of the figures I have right here that I wanted to get from the OG line were still at Sideshow selling for freaking free shipping, 30% off, $30 off. Everything was like nothing was selling. Mm-hmm. Everything was discount. Everything. And there was no new products either.
Yep.
Except for your Rise of Skywalker stuff and Last Jedi.
Exactly. Stuff. Yeah. I mean, and it was also there was that weird gap period because again, Hot Toys probably made no money on any of the, when you think about all the sequel trilogy stuff they did, how much they've actually made and how much still is out there for 30 to 50% below retail. I mean, you can get one of the Trooper 2 packs for 160 to 170 shipped. Each figure by themselves are retailing for 220 to 245. So
now a question did pop up. It's a I don't know where question, but it's a good one to answer real quick. Zach Reese is asking, have you all seen a So-So Toys figure in person? I'm interested in Gambit and Homelander, but curious about the quality of the joints and etc. How do you feel about that, Don?
I've never had a So-So toy, or at least none that I've known about. Besides Hot Toys and Sideshow, I get a lot of done military figures like DID, Damn Toys, Dragon, and then the specific kits. But I've never seen or touched with or dealt with So-So toys.
Yeah, I haven't dealt with So-So toys either, but I did make my first pre-order on that Gambit because I was debating Sideshow or So-So Toys Gambit, and then when they finally released it, I was like, "Oh my god, that thing is freaking beautiful! I have to get that So-So Toys Gambit and add it to my Marvel collection." You know what I mean? That thing is freaking beautiful.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things. Thankfully, they don't have a lot of X-Men. Otherwise, I'd be deep in that line as well. So,
Now, I think William C. did ask this question. I think several people asked this question. They were asking. He was asking if Sideshow is going to start working on these droids or animated droids, maybe. How about droidy cards? How do you feel about that?
Okay, because those would be technically. I don't know how they would put at a price point because, Grievous is, his land speeder, that he goes, Obi-Wan chases him in his little dragon.
Yes.
It's almost like that is the core body, but then you have to add legs and that they're kind of big. So, I mean, if they did a Droideka, even animated, I still think that thing alone might run like 270 to 290. That would be an expensive droid. Because, again, it's not a unique bipedal droid. It's not even like an R2. It's such a unique mold and design.
Has anyone did... Okay, also, Optical, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a great Mother's Day, bro. What was I going to say? Has anyone did any prototypes on a droid card before?
I've never seen one. The only prototypes I've seen are the B1s, and I think B2s from Hot Toys. The only ones that Sideshow did again were the B1s, but they did the variants. They did like the original OOM droids, the original ones that required the command ship from a Phantom Menace, and then they did the variants. They did the infantry droids. They did a normal version, and then they did a Geonosis version. Then there was the commander version that came with the separate light up command plate that came with the hologram of Dooku. So, I mean, Sideshow's again sitting on a landmine of gold if Hot Toys isn't going to move.
Yo, hey, I'm going to say this right now, man, because I do agree on the landmine. The gold mine. I'm thinking of landmine. Boom. No,
landmine the gold because it's going to just be exploding all over them if they do this. Because again, there is so much crossover with Clankers right now with the Bad Batch. Because I guarantee you, we're still going to see, versions of the clone army. I mean the droid army. Because what we're probably going to see also is the unit that refused to accept the order from the tactical command droid that, the Clone Wars were over, and that escaped that, and then Ezra and Rex later fought. We're probably going to see that unit in this series and explain why they didn't follow that order.
Oh, okay. And Bad Batch? That'd be pretty cool, actually, not going to lie.
Well, they got the order and they didn't follow it because they thought it was, a Republic trick. So that would be the perfect, send off. And again, I think clones necessarily aren't going to be the only bad guys. You're going to see more clankers.
Okay. Now, here's my other question, though. Thrawn popped up a good thing here. Let me move everything over. There you go. Hottoys should be kicking themselves for not putting any of their awesome coming soon figures on PO. People should scoop a lot of those figures, especially the 212 Paratrooper and Clone Wars Kenobi. As far as the Clone Trooper, we are going to get the Clone Troopers eventually. It's inevitable. We are going to get those. Yeah. Okay. I have patience with that because I have other troopers I'm working on. But as far as CW Kenobi, I think CW Kenobi is experiencing the same issues that we received with Revenge of the Sith Kenobi. How the licensing issue with the face for the prototype is probably getting considered to be either cut down on the likeness or up the likeness. Because the Kenobi from the CW looks freaking perfect. Okay, yeah. And honestly, I think it's a little bit. It's actually better. This head sculpt I've seen from the Kenobi from CW is actually better than the Revenge of the Sith Kenobi right now.
Yeah, from a perspective of what they're trying to represent. Totally get it.
Yes. So I feel that Hot Toys is going through that same issue with the licensing. We are going to get the CW Kenobi. It's going to happen. I think we're experiencing that same licensing issue.
Yeah. Now, as far as some of the clone troopers not dropping or being put up for pre-order, I mean, there's a part of me that says they just might be holding off on it because we're going to see them in, the Bad Batch. The trailers, we already know we are going to see Rex. He's in it. So if he's on the run, who's to say, the 501st isn't looking for him? Then again, who's to say we're not going to see Cody again? And then we're not going to see 212 troopers and the airborne troopers again. So again, there's a decent chance we're going to see these figures in Bad Batch, and they're going to be put up for pre-order after, either that episode or, in the summer when the series is over. Because it's, there's still 14 more episodes.
Okay, Gungan is asking, can you please elaborate on your theory that there's some sort of licensing issue with Kenobi? That doesn't make any sense to me. But the thing is, when Revenge of the Sith Kenobi first came out with prototypes, with the prototypes and then revealed at the cons, right? A lot of collectors that went to the cons during those years when they first unveiled the Kenobi and the prototype head sculpts and the way it looked, it was literally perfection. That head sculpt was perfection. All right. A lot of people enjoy that head sculpt, but word got out, and I think Hot Toys did mention this before, that they had to cut down on the likeness for Revenge of the Sith Kenobi from the prototype, and it ended up they had to cut it down, and that's how we got just the Revenge of the Sith Kenobi release for the final product. A lot of people were complaining about it. You can go back on reviews, especially Easy. If you go to Easy Company Collectibles review of Revenge of the Sith Kenobi, he did complain about the likeness. That the likeness compared to the final product and the original did not match up. All right, and then he explained that that Hot Toys did put out a word that the reason why the likeness got cut down was because either Disney or George Lucas at the time or Lucasfilm at the time, or either the actor did not like the likeness to be that good. Okay, and I feel that it makes sense for a lot of actors out there, kind of like Tom Cruise. He does not like his likeness on any figures. Yeah, because he's quite what's the word I'm looking for? Superstitious about that. So because even on a Funko Pop, he had Tom Cruise canceled on a Funko Pop from a mummy movie that he did because the likeness on that Funko Pop was Tom Cruise, right? And you barely could see the likeness in there. He canceled that Funko Pop immediately, right? licensing the licensing. Now you do see Tom Cruise other figures from third parties, but they don't go through licensing. There's no third parties. So there's
and I'll be surprised. Cruise could, if he wanted to, personally take those companies out, and he's got the clout to do it. For unlicensed, because I mean, in that point, it wouldn't. He'd go for something like manipulation of image or undue likeness rights. I mean, Michael Jordan actually had to sue a supermarket in Chicago for kind of the same thing, because they were illegally using his image to sell meat. His face was the on the week the Sunday Flyer. So I mean, big celebrities will do it if they really need to.
And that same Funko Pop from Tom Cruise is going for thousands upon millions of dollars right now, because some batches made it to stores, made it to Universal Studios stores. Some of them, and they had to pull them out. There's some out there right now going for thousands to millions of dollars for that Funko Pop from Tom Cruise from a Mummy movie that failed.
It was supposed to launch their MonsterVerse.
Yes. So it does happen. It does happen. I feel that the head sculpt that's the reason why we have not seen any releases from CW Kenobi, is because I think it's going through the same issues like Revenge of the Sith Kenobi.
Now, can you just imagine if Cruise actually did sign to play Iron Man? We'd never get an Iron Man figure.
No, we'll just get the Iron Man and no head sculpt. that saves the people complaining about head sculpts.
Exactly,
Like, hey, why complain about a head sculpt if you don't even get one? There's it's a win-win for Hottoys. It cuts down on the head sculpt problem.
Yep.
But it does happen. Let me see. People are asking. Let's talk about the Rey and Kylo stuff. We will talk about that in a minute. But I want to still continue on what we got from the Sideshow stuff. Let me see. Where's my window at? There we go. Okay. So, like I said, I am enjoying General Grievous. I am looking forward to what they've put out in the near future. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we just gotta see how things progress. So. Let me see. There we go. This Vader. The premium format Vader. I feel that this like Sideshow was going good with this premium format stuff. They showed off the Ahsoka premium format from Rebels, and people were speculating that the next premium format for Vader was going to be the Rebels Darth Vader with the battle damage head sculpt and everything. I felt that was kind of like a disappointment.
Yeah, and I mean, and as we discussed prior to this, there might again be a weird licensing issue with that specific version of Vader, because the Vader we saw in Rebels is actually the Ralph McQuarrie version, and that is and that was the original concept of Darth Vader that was in the script and for pre-production photos. Now Sideshow has done statues of Ralph McQuarrie and the promo shots. Promo stormtroopers. There was the Ralph McQuarrie, Boba Fett. They've done statues of. But if there's going to be a Rebels premium format or any Rebels inspired one that looks like that Vader, even a Sideshow animated one, that would need a specific approval from McQuarrie himself, because of all his art is actually registered and copyrighted. So the fact that it was used in Rebels, Filoni got the approval from him. So.
Okay, so that kind of makes sense what happened with Sideshow. Like, Sideshow could not put out the Rebels version quite yet because it probably didn't get green-lighted.
Yeah, I mean, not yet. I mean, McQuarrie has done stuff in the past with Sideshow. He's given his approval. So, I don't see him saying no. I think it just hasn't been approved yet. And that's just, probably waiting in the wings, because they haven't done a McQuarrie style statue, and that would go perfect with, the other, McQuarrie stuff they've issued, and that's sold out quick. I mean, the McQuarrie stuff sold out fast, and it was going for decent money at retail. So,
wow, yeah. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed, but then that makes sense that Sideshow could not put it out because of what happened. But it looks great. I do love the cape. I do love everything about it. I just wish that we did get a I wish that we did get the Rebels version, and maybe one day we will get the Rebels.
I think it's good. I think that actually might happen again. It's just they got to work on the little details and the licensing, because again, that's a separate issue, because he, as an artist, he is basically registered all his photos, and again, everything's in books. So to use it, you need to get his approval as well as from Lucasfilm or any of the original rights holders.
Wow, no, that makes that, like I said, that makes a lot of sense. So that lowers down my disappointment then, because it makes sense that Sideshow didn't get the go ahead for that figure, which I'm maybe one day, because it'll match so much better with the Rebels Ahsoka premium format, with the Rebels Darth Vader with the battle damage head sculpt.
Yeah. Now, people are saying, Gungan Dungeon said, there's the print for Ahsoka Vader based on Rebels. So if they have that, I just think it's coming. It might be next year. Because again, is Sideshow going to release them both now, or is they going to release one, let you get it paid off, or get yourself, and then release another one next year for next May the 4th? Do it as like a companion piece.
No, that is true. There's different ways they can pull this off, and like I said, Sideshow did some great flexes this May the 4th. I'm surprised Sideshow pulled a lot of this off. Especially, I feel that Sideshow, I think people are saying this as well, that Sideshow has been listening to the fans or looking at the market, and people have been asking, I want the Anakin Skywalker Clone Wars Hot Toys. I want the Clone Wars version of Kenobi. And look what we got here, the anime versions of these characters. And people, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, looking at that face, you knocked it up to premium format scale, and you basically put the Vader helmet on him. That's Rebels Vader, just with the the more square helmet, the McQuarrie design. But, you knock that part off, the battle damage around the right eye. That is spot on Anakin, Vader. That's spot on.
Joe Fuzz, thank you for the $10, my man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. I bet he was trying to say this right here. Smash that thumbs up button. It helps these guys out so much. I appreciate it, guys. We're at 6 viewers. Please hit that like. It really helps out the algorithm. And if you love, if you're new, you love what we're talking about, think about subscribing and liking. It really helps out.
Yep.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep. And Joe Fuzz, he was one of our prize winners. According to tracking, your prize should arrive tomorrow. Actually, everybody from our May the 4th live stream, the 4 winners of your prizes, again, according to tracking, should arrive tomorrow, priority mail.
Yeah, that's nice, actually. Shoot. Yeah, we had a lot of fun just, doing the giveaways. We're looking for our next giveaway. We're looking to do more of a video first, like me and Don Prime showing off through the video, uploading it, and then having people comment on that video, versus doing the whole thing, spending 30 minutes going through the comments trying to pull names out. I think it's better that we do it that way for the video, because it helps us out, and also it helps out with picking the random names from the comments.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Joe, thank you for the $10. It does so much for the channel, and also it helps out big time. And also, like I said, and if you like what you see, just think about subscribing. But now, as far as like Anakin Skywalker is concerned here, I really am enjoying this look. Because, like I said, I am a Clone Wars fan. Okay, I am a Clone Wars fan. I enjoy the Clone Wars series. Dave Filoni had pretty much brought Star Wars from the brink thanks to this series, and not saying that sequel trilogy is trash or anything. I'm just saying that I really enjoyed the Clone Wars versus the sequel trilogy, and there's people out there that do enjoy the sequel trilogy, and that's good on you. Like, hey, more power to you, and hopefully the Kylo Ren and Rey figures are enough for your collection, because Hot Toys is not putting out anything from sequel trilogy anymore.
Nope. There's going to be no reissues, no exclusives. It's one and done at this point. What you see is what you get. And if you don't get it, you're going to pay for it in the aftermarket. Yeah,
but I could see just Sideshow just freaking like putting these aren't. I don't think there's going to be any limit to these. They could just keep pushing these out just to make that bread because no one else is doing this.
The options for these guys would be in the animated format would be limitless, absolutely limitless. Again, they could make the whole council. They can make their own version again of Yoda. They can actually start making possibly villains. We'll
see. Someone did say it on here. Maybe a Clone Wars version of Count Dooku.
I mean, I think that's an extreme possibility. Clone Wars version of Palpatine, absolutely.
Oh my god, dude. The Clone Wars Palpatine with the double sabers at the end where he was taking on Darth Maul and his brother Savage. Bruh, give it to me, baby. Give it to me.
Because here's the weird thing, though. That if they're going to do animated, would they have to wait? Because that's kind of also potentially encroaching on Bad Batch territory. Because is it strictly limited to Clone Wars, or can they get pretty much anybody in that era? As long as it's the animated format.
Yeah, I think we should be fine as long as the animated. I think they're in that safe window of licensing if they're going for the animated versions of these characters. Because this is the Revenge of the Sith look for Anakin, but with the animated head sculpt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's just so many. I mean, yeah. I just want to think though. Would they try to do like Magna Guards if they're going to do a Grievous too?
Dude, if they do Magna Guards, they could do Magna Guards animated versions. They can do the battle droids as well.
Yeah. There's just so. Again, this is a cash cow for them. If they do this right, yeah. I mean, again, like Grievous, this is they do this right, they'll challenge Hottoys. I honestly believe that.
Now, there was a good question that did pop up. Let me see. Doyle, he asked, do you think Hottoys put themselves in a difficult position over 30 pre-orders now? Yes. I believe they put themselves in a difficult position right now because they can't put out any more than what they have at the moment because they flooded the market with these pre-orders, right? And I feel that because they're so tight with what they're coming out that they can't put out anything else other than what they've had set up so far. Yeah. Because at this point, I think Denobi said it on an live stream at one point where literally the market is flooded with all these pre-orders, and again, Hot Toys wants to sell, but I think they overdid it, and I think it's because Hot Toys is hemorrhaging money after what happened with the pandemic, and I think that's part of it as well, that we're getting all these pre-orders at once like this, and it sucks.
Now, I mean. Okay, so if there was a situation where out of the 30 pre-orders, say 10 or 11 were clone troopers or different variants, aside from Rex because he's his own specialized variant, I'd say not that much, again, because they're going to make all the clones and they're just going to stop the different paint jobs and the different, decals or whatever. But yeah, I think they've overextended themselves. They've got to a point where they were trying to flex their muscles. And again, it's both to flex their muscles, but they also need an infusion of cash to continue operations. So
yeah. Any new releases for pre-orders? They're going to be a bit more spread out throughout the year versus what we got, May the 4th. Because May the 4th, I think those were already in the pipelines, but they were waiting to release them. But since what happened with Mandalorian game pushed back for another year, they were like, okay, we got to hop on this hype and drop all these freaking figures before the hype dies down to make that money, to make that return.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, Filoni on Monday, I think it was, went on Good Morning America and basically confirmed, Mando season 3 is a go. So it might actually start filming at the end of the year. So
really?
Yeah, so I mean, and again, it's all coming on heavy, rampant rumors that for right now, Kathleen Kennedy has been removed from anything to do with Star Wars. She's still at Lucasfilm, but apparently her input in anything related to Star Wars has been removed from the uppers at Disney corporate.
Yo, easy up in it here, my bro. If you guys want to check out the personal live stream we did together last week, that was a lot of fun. We're hoping to do another one, especially for what happened this week with Star Wars.
Yes, indeed. Good day, sir. Good day. But yeah, so apparently Filoni again is putting out, he was asked to answer a question by an actual audience member by like Zoom, and they asked about like the High Republic, and Dave Filoni basically gave like the most generic workaround. Well, we have different teams handling different errors. You might what you might see. It was basically the best way of him telling the guy, "Are you on crack with being nice?" Not commit. But yeah, everything in the tea leaves actually sounds like in the thing that Kathleen Kennedy did with trying to hire the female lead for Indiana Jones 5, when she was specifically told by like Bob Iger that it's indefinitely shelved. That was like the last straw. And again, this is all conjecture, and this is again, if you watch Doomcocker and a few other people on YouTube. Apparently, Kennedy was called into the head honchos of Disney's office, and she was basically told to get her crap together or start looking for another studio to go wreck. That's apparently what she was told, and she was screamed at because it was heard throughout the whole office. Other people were leaking that to different media sources.
Damn, no, it's getting wild. So I honestly think that Kathleen is gonna make it to her, and her last day in October, and then her contract is gonna be over, and then I think Jon Favreau is probably going to be the Kevin Feige of Star Wars at this point with Lucasfilm. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Jon Favreau is being lined up for that position, and Dave Filoni is going to handle all the storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, and the tea leaves say that too, because Kevin Feige is already the executive producer on a pending Star Wars project, which is probably going to be The Mandalorian now. They're going to do, if the Mandalorian movie is going to get made, I have no doubt, that Favreau reached out to Feige, pitched it, and, because it's Favreau, Feige said, sure, whatever. So you're going to see a possible legit Marvelization of Star Wars, from the good writers. Favreau is going to plan this stuff out with Filoni, and this is going to be like a 5 to 10 year plan, with the first 2 to 3 years are just simply going to be to regain fan confidence, because they need to do little things. Again, they need to plant the seeds of confidence, that they're actually knowledgeable and they're competent, before we're going to start to see any grandiose, mega movie deals, as far as like interacting like Avengers,
Yeah, it should be interesting. And also, Denobi 2, yes, working today. Happy Mother's Day to all moms out there. Thank you, Denobi 2. We're looking to have Denobi 2 as well in the stream, possibly next week. It should be a lot of fun, because I love bringing Denobi in, because he has so much knowledge of collecting Hot Toys and 1/6 scale figures throughout his years, and it's just a pleasure just bringing him in.
Yep. He knows his game.
Oh yeah, a lot better than Hot Toys, honestly. they need to put Denobi in the payroll as far as like how to work the freaking licensing and all that jazz with these figures, man. But true story though, I really enjoyed the head sculpt with the animated Kenobi here. It's actually personally I think it's a lot better than the Anakin. I love the Anakin animated, but this one right here, bro.
Looks
this
like
one is just yeah. This is just perfection. Like it just bounced, like you said, it just came out. They just grabbed it. Sideshow just grabbed it from the actual episode of Clone Wars and just put it on your desk.
Yeah, I mean, and I keep saying, if this is going to be their their new niche, it's gonna, it's gonna attract a lot of people. Now, the only question is, how much do you think these would be going for price point?
That's right. The price point has been okay. Looking at the 285 Grievous, I see this being at 250.
See, because I think Sideshow might go a different route because there's not a licensing issue. They don't have to pay for licensing. So, do you think these might be more at 220 to 230? So that they could sell more, and then again, if they release animated clones, again, those anywhere from 190 to 220, depending on if it's a deluxe or if it has the jetpack or what other accessories, that they'll be able to scoop up on volume rather than one or two major big sales per customer.
Here's the problem with that. Even though I wish 220, 230 is perfect, but since Sideshow has been liking the price points of Hottoys these days, and if you could see, the prices are reflecting quite well, especially with the Marvel figures compared to Hot Toy figures right now with pricing. They've been pretty much copying and pasting, right? And Sideshow, without a doubt, they're listening to the people, but they're screwing you over with the prices. Okay, so they're gonna give the people what they want, but you gotta cough up that pay, though. You gotta cough up that money.
Yeah, I mean, I just think they're well. Again, I think well, yeah. I mean, obviously, Sideshow needs to get their money, but it's going to be hard to justify again when a likeness at Sideshow is 260 to 280, whereas these are based on animated. There's no licensing involved, and and if there's only $20-$30 difference, I mean, then you might see some pushback from people, asking legitimately. So. And then it might cause an issue down the line saying, well, how much does the actual out of every figure you get is the head sculpt actually costing based on the, the likeness rights paid?
Now, Doyle is asking, did Sideshow update the body on the new CW Obi-Wan, etc.? Body so loose. I've been hearing that since they're doing something else with their once they scale figures, since they've updated the bodies of the Mythos Obi-Wan recently with with it being single jointed and not double jointed, and I kind of feel that this might happen with the newer Clone Wars figures. They might be single jointed compared to double jointed that we had before.
Yeah, I mean, if they're only single jointed, then they can't. Then they're on crack if they're going to try and charge $250. Now, if it comes with the original double jointed Mythos body, then I can see them, potentially charging $250. But again, if they're just putting on a generic, true type body, with an animated head that does not require licensing fees, I mean, again, the head looks amazing, but if the body is crap and you're charging $250, then you got to go drop another $40 to $80 depending on what body you want. Then again, you're in Hot Toys territory again.
Okay, so Michigan Jedi did say it's double jointed figure for the new Clone Wars figures. Guys said it. Okay, so I think what's happening is Hot Toys is probably trying to save money on the Mythos Obi-Wan Kenobi. The reason why it's single jointed, and then the newer products are probably going to be double jointed now. So that makes sense because they've been reproducing the pre-orders on the freaking Mythos Obi-Wan Kenobi like no tomorrow. Like it has gone sold out, then pre-orders again, sold out, then pre-orders again. They're making money from the Mythos Obi-Wan, so it makes sense why they want to cut down on the double jointed, the single jointed versions, just to save money to make more of a profit with the future pre-orders on that figure. And it sucks, I understand, but if they're doing the double jointed for these Clone Wars figures, I'm all in.
Yeah, that's again. Then the price might be justified a little better. If they're in that $250 range, I still think if they're smart, they're gonna put it. Just do it. A couple of bucks less, and then especially with the clones, because again, if they're like 180, 190 to 200, 220, whatever in that range, again, you just open up the market for legitimate army building.
Nah, bro, it's gonna be wild. I give you that much, man. we're living in Sideshow era at this point with their releases. It's quite crazy how Sideshow just came out the freaking door with this. So give me a second. I'm just trying to. There you go. Okay, cool. All right, so Hot Toys. Here we go. Let's jump on the freaking Hot Toys, man. Oh no! Come back! No! Come back! Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Come back. There you go. Okay. So I don't know. I hate this mouse. I hate this mouse. Okay, so okay, so I just do it like this.
Okay.
And let me just go up just a tad bit. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it like this because I can go up. I can go down. I can change that. So yes, I'm really enjoying that this Blurg and Mandalorian setup right here. Even though a lot of people have been saying that Blurg is overpriced, and it is $312. Coming outside show is crazy, but I think the retail price over at HK, I think it's what $250 for it. If you mark it up from like the $70, $80 that Sideshow throws in for their retail, this should be pushing like $250 over at HK.
I think yeah. I mean, don't know what the actual price is, but that sounds about right. But yeah, like this is a total skip for me. Again, this is one of, if I'm gonna get something, I'll get the scout bike. The remnant scout bike. But this is a total pass for me. If you want it, jump right on it. But I don't even know if we're gonna get a quill. And I know the figure was shown, but it says license pending. I think that's Hot Toys just trying to flex their muscles, showing that off with the implication it's going to get made, so you get the blur, but it's actually never going to get made. I honestly believe that.
Now there are people who are saying, like Thrawn just said, that the price is around $250 to $260 at HK, which makes sense because now the markup of $80 with freaking Sideshow, usually they do is they be pushing those prices over a Sideshow, but like I said, they have to make up their money. So let me see. Now there are people saying that the Mando right now, it has a different body because it's trying to pull off those legs for this pose. And the Nobi did mention this in his stream a while back. Not his stream, but it was a Hot Collectibles stream where they was testing out the legs on his original Mandalorian. Yeah, it has to be fat suit removal. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to... Again, this is technically just a reissue. They're just going to remove the fat suit because that's the easiest way for him to be able to actually jump in the saddle. Because that was the biggest hindrance to articulation, and again, in the OG version was the fat suit. So, remove that. Maybe put on additional layer of soft goods to maybe, simulate that, the bulk that was lost from the suit. But that's the quickest, easiest way to actually ensure he has the ability to, again, jump in the actual saddle.
Yeah, actually, I remember getting your OG Mandalorian from the other day. I need to have that. I need to have my buddy rework the fat suit in there because some of the posing capabilities on that freaking figure is annoying. Like, I'm having trouble getting that 4-to-1 pose with the damn fat suit.
Yep.
But yeah, honestly, the old. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
For this, I think this is, again, just Hot Toys flexing their muscles. And they're using this to sell up the blurg by itself with the, again, if this was going to actually happen, I think they would have waited till they got the full license approval to show it off. Rather than, license pending. Because
but here's the thing, though. There's no way that we're not going to get a quill. Why would they drop 2 blurgs and not give us a quill? That's going to be so weird. Not having a quill with those blurgs.
I know, but again, the other figures that have been displayed with the license pending, they've been like Crossbones. It's been Yellow Jacket. It's been Valkyrie. Any figure that legitimately has that on it never gets made.
Coming soon page is a graveyard. The graveyard of my dreams.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not trying to do this to to crush anyone's dream. I'm just looking at every other figure that has had that statement when the figure has been shown like as a prototype. They don't come out again. Crossbones, Valkyrie, Yellow Jacket, any other figure that they've prototyped actually doesn't get made. That it all has the licensing language, pending approval. So I'm not pulling this out of air. I'm just looking at the past, what other figures have had this statement when it's been displayed, and then how many have come out. None of them that I can recall.
Nah, I got you, man. Damn. Yeah, you're breaking my heart with this, man, because Quill was one of my favorite characters, and just seeing the blurgs, come on. Maybe we won't see it. Wait, give me a second. You hear that echo? Okay, I thought I was hearing something, but yes. But as far as like the Quill is concerned, I want my Quill, man. I really want the Quill to be released, bro, because it just doesn't make sense that we get all these blurgs, right? We get the reissue Mando and not have our damn Quill to go with one of the blurgs. Like it'd be like an annoying flex from Hottoys. Like, yeah, let's tease y'all with this Quill that we never release. I understand other figures, right? I understand other figures like Crossbones never got because he was only like there for 2 minutes and he's not a favorite. But freaking Quill, who sacrificed himself to save Baby Yoda. Come on, Baby Yoda, Grogu.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not trying to crush anyone's dreams. I'm just looking at from the perspective of when that legal language is with that figure, there's not a good track record. That's all I'm just saying.
Nah, I got you, man. I know. You being real with me, I understand that. MC Denobi's like, best quote ever, the graveyard of dreams, baby. The graveyard of freaking dreams. Get out of here with this. But yes, let's just continue on what we got here. Okay, so that's Quill. The low cat. Okay, so let me take this back here. So Quill, and there you go. The damn loaf cat. Can I go up? I just can't go up. Okay, so that means I'm gonna have to go back, right? Go back and then zoom in like this. There you go. Okay, cool. So that's enough we can do. I do like this 1/6 scale setup right here. I think it's pretty cool. We get the little froggy, we get the loaf cat, and then we get the Baby Yoda in kind of like a wrapped up Baby Yoda Grogu in a wrapped up cloth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like I told you before. I'm split between getting this set and then just going all in and getting the Scout and the bike. But it's one of those things like the swaddled Baby Yoda I'd never use now. And as I look more into it, the actual Grogus we get, they're both in a seated position, and they're both magnetized because the pram and the box you get it's going to be a magnetic connection. So these might be great if you're going to display them in those two items, but as far as if you want these displayed specifically with a figure, I don't know if that's going to work.
This is all vinyl trash painted nicely. Honestly, this release should have been the Mandalorian Luke. If they were going to throw another Mandalorian figure into the mix for May the 4th, it should have been the Mandalorian Luke. There was no point with this set. This set could have been released or revealed later in the year. But literally this for May the 4th, come on, Hottoys. I know Hottoys is just jumping on the freaking Grogu wagon. But literally this could have been released later, bro.
Yeah, or they could have, if they're going to give us multiple Grogus, at least one of them could have been a normal body, where you could have changed the heads on. Both bodies are in a fixed sitting position. So, and then this one's in a swaddle. I mean, that gives you limited options. Again, if you want to have another figure display with any of the Grogu from this set. You're kind of limited to either in the pram or in the box. So, if anything, if they were smart, I would have hoped that they would have released like a version of him where he's trying to fix the Razor Crest and he has the 2 wires in his hands when he shocks himself.
Well, that's where we're getting. I don't know, man. Maybe to throw all those accessories in for season 2, Mando.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But
but here's the dark side table where they had set up everything here. Really enjoying the Motor Trooper. I think the Motor Trooper is one of my favorites from the preview releases.
Well, and here's another thing too. I just caught. Does he actually have almost like a ribbed textured undergarment? Because if you look by the shoulder, it almost looks like it has scaling.
Yeah, look at the scaling on that.
Almost kind of looks like Captain America scaling. Just
in
black.
That's weird. Is that something new for Troopers?
As far as I know, I didn't. That's not on the Incinerator Trooper.
Oh, I wonder why they did that for. What, for better articulation?
I have no idea, but I like it.
You like it? No, I already love this figure. Like, I love the motor setup and everything. I would definitely love more of what they're putting out. Now, again, I think Hot Toys needs to slow down with the Tusken Raiders and give us a damn the damn okay, let me zoom in a bit more. Actually, let me see. Let me just stay like this, right? And then okay, that's better. What they need to do is dirty up that Tusken Raider. He's too clean. He is too freaking clean, bro. He just came out of freaking Tusken Raider school, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, is he even a man yet? In the Tusken community. Yeah, like I said, he's supposed to be just battling the Krayt Dragon. He should, part of his robes should be like burned, like, some of the acid got on his clothing while he was running away. He needs dirty, it's just, yeah, it's too clean.
Yeah, it's too clean. It's too clean. I'm getting 2 of these without a doubt. My problem is I wish they did a better job with the weathering because he's just too clean. I think Easy did a great job explaining this in his Buyer Pass video where he was looking at it and he was talking about how the weathering could have been done a lot better because this is just too clean for a Tusken Raider. Like literally just came out of Tusken Raider school.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pass for me personally. Yeah, this is one of those figures I don't need. Yeah, I mean, and the fact that this is what it looks like just reinforces, that notion with me.
No, but I'm liking everything else. I don't think they did anything, any updates on the head sculpt for Moff Gideon over here. I know it's blurred up a bit, but I don't know. Honestly, depending on the lighting, the head sculpt is fine in different angles. But there are a lot of people who are saying that the whole head sculpt is not working for them. I think we just gotta wait till how things progress for the final product.
Yeah, but you were talking about that video where they were showing how it's actually, the behind the scenes where it looks fantastic.
Yeah, the behind the scenes photos when people were complaining about the Moff Gideon head sculpt, the behind the scenes photos that were posted after that looked great.
Yep.
I think it's just the lighting as far as like the photography, because sometimes the photography lighting with these Hot Toys from HK, they're like, okay, what the hell's going on here? It doesn't look like the freaking actor.
Exactly. Now, and just one other thing while we're looking at the Mortar Trooper, even though he's inaccurately called the Artillery Trooper, the fact they molded the mortar, the actual mortar tube itself, I think they might also reuse this. They're going to make clone Mortar Troopers.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's a perfect reuse of the backpack and the mortar tube. Perfect reuse. Yeah.
Because we saw a lot of these and also releases from the Mandalorian Clone Troopers. I really want them to come out with because they already showed that the weathering is different for the Rogue One Stormtrooper you saw with the Commander Rogue One Stormtrooper, right? in the photography, the weathering is different in the belt. So I'm hoping that figure, right, is actually part of a 2-pack setup with the E-Web cannon.
Yeah, that would be insane. Now, like I've already got original Rogue One Stormies, so I'll be able to compare, the original versus the Remnant versus the Commander. But yeah, it's just one of those things. If the E-Web cannon comes out, I think realistically we're probably looking at a 350 to 375, for a Stormy with an E-Web. Based on
Stormy with an E-Web, yes.
Yes. Based on the fact of what the Sideshow E-Web goes for now.
Damn. If that's the case, then we're probably going to get one Stormy and one E-Web.
Yeah, we're not going to get a 2-pack with an E-Web. 2-pack figures. We're going to get if anything, we get a 1-pack with an E-Web. Again, that thing's going for like 300 to 400. That thing's like years ago they had a restock. They sold out in days. So
release the relish trooper. What the hell? He's on his mind.
It's the mustard trooper.
Oh my god, dude!
No, people have put it next to the incinerator trooper, and then it's like the Heinz twins.
Oh my god! I've been seeing some memes with that. It's hilarious. Okay, so I think someone. Let me see. I love single songwriters comment here. If I decide to get a custom rare, I'll be splashing puddle water on it after a rainstorm. Hell, just throw it in the mud and call it a day. Oh god, just throw it in a freaking mud and call it a freaking day. There's your bow damage. There's your weatherness. Now, dudes, look at this. Look at this, man. Look at the detail within this freaking swoop bag. I am surprised. Look, we are getting the wavy head sculpt. That's the wavy head sculpt for Grogu. Yep, I just noticed this.
Where his ears are flat back?
Yes.
Because even the facial expression is different. It doesn't have the full smile. It's just got like the open, like, yeah,
Wow. That's crazy. I just noticed that we're getting the wavy ears for the heads. I mean, Hottoys is going to go wild with these Grogu head sculpts, man. They're like, if you want this particular head sculpt, you got to buy it from this pack or buy this figure with it.
Yep, definitely. I mean, they know what they're doing. And, a lot of people are going to play their game.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if the next Grogu setup is going to be with the boulder, the meditation boulder, with different head sculpts thrown in there and different accessories for Grogu. Where he's meditating.
Yeah, or make it light up, make the actual base light up, and then have like lightning effects you can place around him.
It was funny. I bet we'll probably get that base for Grogu. Out of all the freaking bases from Hottoys that we should have gotten, they decide that let's throw in the light up base meditation rock for Grogu.
Yep, I can see them doing that as well. I mean, because at that point, all you got to do is re-engineer one of the old Iron Man 3, the House Party Protocol. How the stands, some of them, the circular ones, had the light up features in them, and it also came with like the AC power cord, or at least the you could power them by battery, or it had the AC installed. Basically all you need to do is remold that in like a brown rock like color, and then reshell the top to make it look like a rock dome. Not that difficult.
Yeah, after what we witnessed with the freaking accessory pack from May the 4th, I wouldn't be surprised they're throwing in that freaking rock, that meditation rock. Hell, you could use that meditation rock for other figures as well if you ever wanted to, if you want to do a meditation Luke or something like that.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, you know what? You got to zoom in on the Commander Trooper base. It looks like they removed the footprints and made a wavy on the base. I've been hearing about that, but then there's other people that are saying that it's not true. But I'm going to zoom in on that once I get to it. But yeah, it is also, if you guys didn't know, this is longer than the the scout bike.
Yeah, the scout bike's only 20 inches long. This one's what, 24, 25? So
Yeah.
almost a quarter longer than the scout bike.
That's ridiculous, man. There's no way in hell you're gonna have this on your D-top now. That's gonna be it has to be on top of your D-top or your top of the display. There's no now my display cases I can pull that off, and also module cases as well.
Absolutely. Like even because when I had D-tops, I did the double D-top mall where you literally take two D-tops, cut the center channel down and merge them. This wouldn't even fit in a modded double D-top. This is how long it is.
Now they are borrowing the base, the Rocky base. I wish it was more sandier because they're just borrowing the Rocky base from the Scout Trooper bike.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's just a placeholder.
Okay. That makes sense too.
Yeah. So.
Easy's like, the Scout bike is massive. I can't imagine that. Bruh. I loved your review on that one, man. I know you were kind of like iffy with the posing with that thing because you're like, oh my god, because I've seen your videos where you're like, okay, if I leave it at a turning table and then start talking about it, it starts falling off. I can't imagine that with the Scout Trooper bike. You made a wise choice.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth between, so I'm probably gonna end up buying the Scout and the bike. This. I'll be honest. If I would want this, I would want this as the Anakin version from Attack of the Clones. To be honest.
Easy, like I have my hands where I dropped the finger. Okay, release the easy cut. Release the easy cut, bro.
The drop cut.
The drop cut. The easy drop cut. Yeah. No, but Thrawn is asking, what do you think it will cost? 500? If 555 is the Mandalorian and Blurg is 555, I could see this being pushing 600. 630. Yes. 630 for sure.
And then again, imagine if they do something like throw in the head sculpt or throw in accessories like a spear or the Darksaber and make it a DX.
Bruh.
Now you're talking 680 to 700.
This is good. Don't tell me this could be an $800 figure set. Oh my god. Bruh, Hottoys is hemorrhaging money if they're gonna be doing this.
I mean, right off the bat, it's gonna be over 600 just to the US. Again, and that's not including a head sculpt. That's not including a spear or Darksaber. It's going to have, the basic accessories and the season 2 armor, and that will be at 630 to 680. I honestly think.
Okay, give me a second. You think they are waiting to release the General Kenobi after maybe the show comes out, or at least a big trailer? I wouldn't be surprised if Hottoys is actually saving that release until the hype starts for Kenobi, which they are. That's where they're keeping up with the hype. So just to make those sales, kind of like what they did with. Let me see, what figure did they recently do just to catch up on the hype for? Was it? Let me see. Yeah, that's right. Like Captain America, Falcon, they waited till the end of the show. And which it makes sense because of what happened, with the licensing and spoilers and stuff like that. But they literally dropped it right there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the Clone Wars General Kenobi right with the trailer.
But again, they haven't even started filming yet, have they?
Yeah, it's all. I don't think they have started yet. I think they've been right now. It's Casey and Endor. No. Didn't they? No, they just released the casting just a while ago, right?
Yeah. Now they've actually Andor's actually filming. They're on location. There's already been set photos of shore troopers, and him as Andor. They're already in the press. Now I know that Kenobi was supposed to start at the beginning of the year, but everything got delayed because of all the pandemic lockdowns that happened again in England. because they were supposed to start filming in Boston, outside London, I think it is. In January.
I'm really enjoying this Death Watch Stormtrooper, man. Death Watch Trooper, man. It's really catching up my eye, and I think it's going to be an underestimated figure for a lot of people. He's been low on the pre-orders, man. I've been trying to do a watch list, pre-order watch list video, but I haven't done one yet because of all this hype from May the 4th.
Yeah, no, but I got him ordered through my other guy in Texas through Toy Dojo. Like, I only get stuff through Sideshow, when I have coupons or points now. Otherwise, I got my own other guy. He's an official retailer, so if I have any issues, I go through him, and he takes care of me. So,
yeah, it's not like the old days when it comes to figures when they sell out. Like, when they sell out, and they're like, you don't have a guy anymore unless you're staying close, in talks with him. Because these things do sell out, and then you're like, you didn't save one for me? Hey, the pre-orders, baby. You gotta do pre-orders.
Yep. I mean, this guy, he usually sells out every one of his pre-orders too. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's taking care
if
of
you
me
know a guy,
yeah, he's taking care of me for the last 10 years. So,
okay, this is I like that bag, but whatever. I'm just going through these pictures. Oh my god, that Rancor over there, bro. And that's the small one, right?
Yeah, no, and I just specifically wonder if that has something to do with the with Bad Batch, because again, in the latest trailer, and it's not from any of the 2 episodes, they actually show Wrecker going to fight a baby Rancor.
Really? From the trailers?
Yeah, from the trailers, they show Wrecker fighting a baby Rancor. So, and it's not from...
Yeah. I know a guy. I know a guy.
Hey, any more plastic crack?
Oh my god, they mentioned the Rancor. Wow, PJ appears. What is the meme with that? I don't get it. Is PJ like full on enjoying the Rancors? Is that the thing? I've been seeing those comments lately. Whenever we mention a Rancor and PJ pops up, is that a real thing? Like, come on, it's like Beetlejuice. Like say his name 3 times. Beetlejuice. Okay, we're good. So. But the Rancor, I think it's compared to, I think Guy did it on a live stream, compared to the what's his name? What's that Lando's character? I forgot the name in the film, but he reaches about the head. Yeah, about the head of the Rancor. Okay. So he's a little bit taller than 12 inches.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because and again, if you actually go and look at Sideshows, they have the original, and then they have this, like, for their silhouettes. Like, and the original one is like 3 to 4 times the size of this one.
Yeah, so. And like I said, I'm enjoying the Rancors. I just wish. Now, I don't collect statues. Now if I wanted to collect Rancor, that'd be freaking awesome if Hottoys ever does one, kind of like in the same realm of the Hulkbuster 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Certain characters, or it's almost like they have to be almost statuesque, just due to the size, and then would this thing be able to stand on its own if it was its feet weren't mounted to a base? It's just like, how do you design a stand for that? And it doesn't take up half your display case, just the stand. And then there's the weight distribution issues. What is it made of? So I don't know.
And there's the Grogu setup right there for the set. And then we have Echo and the displayed Hunter. Dude, that Hunter is going to look amazing. Not going to lie.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, it's almost like he's the complete amalgamation. Because part of his armor is like reg armor. Part of his armor is... arc armor. Part of his armor is commando armor. His helmet is basically like a commando helmet with a phase 2 breathing apparatus. So it's a lot like Rex, where he made his own helmet, but he's not rocking a commando backpack. These guys have them. They're all commandos, but like their equipment is also specialized just to themselves. Whereas you look at the normal commandos, they all rock pretty much the same base equipment, you know, with just specializations. So yeah, Hunter's beautiful.
I try to find a closer look at Hunter. Because it's all freaking wide shots here. Okay, come on, let's go. Oh my god, if Sideshow pulls this off for the once to scale Clone Wars General Kenobi, that'd be freaking awesome. That look, dude, that would be freaking amazing. Okay, so that's some more Sideshow stuff. Sideshow. Oh my god, that's one of the topics I want to talk about is the Hottoys Grogu. With what's happening.
Yeah, the silicone around the mouth.
Yeah, what is going on with that, bro? What is going on with that damn figure right now? While we're talking, I'm gonna go and try to find these pictures. I'm trying to find these pictures of these Grogus.
Yeah, I'll just tell you this. For $20, I'm completely happy with this guy. So yeah, for $20, this guy is awesome. You know, and he won't break in around the mouth.
Dude, it's getting ridiculous. What happened? Like, let me see. I think I saved the picture somewhere, but I wanted to show it off on the video. But let me see. But it's just getting ridiculous. What happened with Grogu? Like, people are receiving it with the neck being slit open. No, not the neck, but the mouth, the bottom of the freaking mouth.
This is one of those rare times where Sideshow takes the win.
Dude, Sideshow, damn. Sideshow pretty much. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, they're as far as articulation, yes, Hot Toys wins. But as far as the figures actually surviving, yeah, Sideshow wins. You know, I mean, there's also videos Adam Savage from Tested. He actually completely took apart his Sideshow one and did a tutorial of how to make it fully articulated. So,
but that's the thing though. Okay, let me see. Here's one photo that I have right here. I'll show it off in a minute. But has Hot Toys? I remember one time Hot Toys. From what I remember, people talking about it. People have. Let me see. I can zoom in. Nice. I can zoom in like this. Okay, cool. So I'll be able to show this off. Don, they're coming after you.
What?
What did you do? No. The police sirens.
Oh, okay. Shit, they found me.
Look at that. Look at that beauty right there.
Looks like someone's started giving him a Mexican necktie. I mean,
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's not cool. And that's probably due to the packaging. Maybe like the clamshell.
It has happened before where the clamshells have caused damage to the figures before. Like both my Royal Guards, they were brand new, never been open, but because of the clamshell crushing into it, it has created kind of like this white spot that's been used or has been all over freaking Royal Guards. Now
I don't have those. My two don't.
Congratulations, you were one of the special few that did not get their freaking white spots in the Royal Guards. There is
my guy.
Yeah, there is a way to fix that, but I haven't delved into it. But there is a way to fix the whole damn white spots in your Royal Guards, because it's because of all that pressure built up from the clamshell that's applying towards the fabric, and there's a way to fix that, but I haven't looked into it, and I really don't need to because it's in the bottom of and also. Sideshow, like during the time when they had a bunch of figures of these Royal Guards, they can replace the actual cloak. The problem is the robes, but the problem is since I was buying them right when they were selling out, no more of those replacements.
Yep.
But as far as this is concerned, I think, right? I think the last time this has happened, where Hot Toys had to reissue a 2.0 version, was the Deadpool from Hot Toys, the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I got mine through Amazon's, and I actually had a version 1 batch one, and that thing disintegrated on me. So, yeah. Now, as far as the actual like rubber, and again, I don't know how many people remember ED209, the 2 versions that they put out, the rubber on the dome, the front dome, it just cracks. So this isn't the first time products from Hot Toys using rubber or the silicone rubber combination has cracked right out of the box, brand new.
Nah, that's freaking ridiculous, man. I do have this ordered as well. I don't know, man. I'm thinking of canceling.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
what if Hot Toys does a recall, kind of like with it, or does a 2.0 version and replace? Because I remember a lot of Sideshow owners of the Deadpool from Hot Toys, they just replaced it with the 2.0 version, and they were allowed to replace it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, this is what a $450 figure. So, I mean, Hot Toys does need to make this right. I don't know how they're going to do it though. Like this isn't, the head sculpt controversy. This is a product that used crap material and it's showing. Or, when they designed their clamshell, somebody was asleep at the wheel when they designed, they were figuring out tolerances.
Yeah, I think Zach in one of Nobody's live streams, he said that the reason why it's building up that way is because of the pressure and heat that continues as you play around with the mouth. But that's a whole different story when people are actually receiving these brand new right out the box with that freaking neck problem, that mouth problem.
Yeah, I mean, it almost, from the hole, I can see like there's 3 strips going down. So, I mean, is that also a design flaw where that area is putting external pressure on the silicone outward, so it's causing a split from the inside? So it's basically combusting out like an explosion.
Honestly, what Hot Toys should have done, this is my personal opinion, right? What they should have done was, I know it'll amp up the price because it was at $450. I would have paid an extra $100 just for a second head sculpt with the open mouth. I would have paid that extra $100 for a second head sculpt.
Yeah, I mean, if this is widespread, I actually could see them just doing a flat recall, and maybe just doing a refund, because they would need to do a total re-engineering job if it's that widespread.
Damn, that's really disappointing, man. Because I had this ordered, and I might have Sideshow like, hey, can I get my money back? Because
that's why I'm just like, yeah. Yeah.
I yeeted that thing the other day on a live stream because I was like, "Are you out of your mind?" And people were just attacking me for it. Yeet.
Yep.
That's disappointing, man. Okay, what easy one to say? They should stop using crap materials. They're gonna pinch our asses until we fart some money out. Damn, easy. Damn, Daddy, chill. No. Oh my God, that's just ridiculous, man. Baby Yoda doesn't deserve that, or Nate. Oh my God, Baby Yoda doesn't deserve that or Nate throwing him. Yes, I know it's Grogu, but he's too cute for that day.
Grogu, okay. According to that one, he's Grow Dead.
Oh my God. I'm very disappointed with what happened with this, man, because everybody was praising Hot Toys and their articulation with this figure, and it came out great. But now Sideshow looks like the clear winner.
Exactly. Yeah, like Thrawn said, maybe that Scout Trooper really did hurt him.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, that freaking Scout Trooper did it, bro. Dudes, man. No, it's ridiculous, man. Not gonna lie. Shoot, man. Wow. Like I said, I'm probably gonna cancel mine if more and more starts popping. Unless right? Hot Toys comes out and makes a statement about the 2.0 version for this, then I'll probably keep mine.
But again, if they're announcing a 2.0 version, when is that actually going to fit into their 40 pre-orders just of Star Wars, and how many other pre-orders they have of other franchises? Does that immediately get put, or like, we need to do this right now, or is this more like, hey, yeah, we know, we'll get to it, give us your email address or give Sideshow your info, we'll get to you when we get to you.
They already had a big issue with what happened with the Tony Stank head sculpt. So
yeah, I mean, that's just a head sculpt. This is literally the head, of a life-size figure. So it's not like just make a new head and just do an exchange. Like, you would literally need a whole new figure.
A freaking whole figure just for itself, man. Ah, oh, God! Every time I look at it, it just gets worse.
Well, because the thing is, even if that was on a head sculpt, like a joint, just the fact that that material there has split, you already know the material on that whole figure is compromised, because it's right there. It in black and white that the material is compromised.
Yeah, it's if the figure's coming out this way from straight out the box, it's not a good look for Hot Toys at this point. Especially when Grogu is so fire right now. Like, everybody wants a Grogu. And this is your, like, this is supposed to be, selling like hotcakes. And it's selling like this.
Well, I mean, this might have been the point where Hot Toys, they might have actually overreached. Again, they thought it might have been more, cost prohibitive to create two head sculpts, one closed, one open. And they said, hey, we'll just, throw an articulating jaw in. They thought it would have been cheaper to do that than, again, build two static head sculpts. And again, that might bite them in the ass.
Yeah, like I said, I think they should have thrown in another head sculpt, or thrown in kind of like a faceplate magnet. Yeah, like I don't know how you would. Yeah, but how you would hide the seams though if you did that?
I don't know if you could.
Yeah, I mean the whole
with that material. Yeah, with that material, I don't know if you could actually seal that seam up.
Yeah, it will probably be a whole other hell, man. If people were complaining about the ear seams, imagine just complaining about the mouth seam. Nah, it's probably gonna have to be a whole different head sculpt altogether. A whole head, a whole other head.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and some slightly thicker skin.
Slightly thicker skin. All right, so let me pull up some. See, so is this the one? This is the one. No, this is the other one. So what I'll do is I'll stop screening, and then I'm gonna cut this one off and go to this one. So let me just share this one real quick. Give me a second, because we had enough talking trash about the damn Grogu freaking head sculpt. But yo, guys, this was one of my jaw droppers from Hot Toys this year. It is one of my favorite releases and reveals from. Other than the blurgs, this was one of my favorites because of the possibility of getting more of these figures, especially army building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that price, it's beautiful. $220, that's perfect. That's the sweet spot for a Hot Toys. Stormy. In the fact he comes with a Commander Pauldron, and not only he comes with a heavy repeating blaster in addition to the E11. So. Again, good price, and like we were talking before, this was probably going to be the Toy Fair exclusive for this year, but that was canceled. So that's probably why we're seeing them now.
Yeah, Hot Toy exclusive. Yeah, the whole sign over here and everything that screams outside. That screams outside. So that screams out Toy Fair.
Yep, but they've canceled it for this year. So
yeah,
I think this is the Toy Fair exclusive we would have seen in a couple.
Or one of them anyway.
Yeah. So,
but like I said, I'm really enjoying this figure. Not gonna lie. Now I think you'll be able to army build on these, remove the pauldron, and have your regular clean Rogue One Stormtrooper.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like the Rogue One ones. where you'd have to take the neck off. You basically, lift it off the neck, and there's a shoulder, strap that you have to remove it from the arm. 2 seconds, and it's a normal stormtrooper.
Now, Easy is like, I wish they originally used the Return of Jedi helmets in the show. Rogue One armor is meh. Yeah.
No, Return of the Jedi ones look trash compared to the original and even the Rogue Ones.
They're not bad. The articulation is a lot better with the Return of Jedi, though. Like I pulled some poses with the Return of Jedi ones that I could not pull with the damn Rogue Ones.
Yep. Oh, Wilsey just said, yeah, this looks like this has the same material as the Mortar Trooper. As far as the undersuit being different, having that scaled, textured look, almost like Under Armour.
But I feel the reason why they decided to go with the Rogue One versions because that's pretty much Disney's version of the Stormtroopers versus Return of Jedi versions.
Well, and they're the remnant, so basically they're going to anybody who can make any style or any variation of Stormtrooper armor that still can. It's not like in the old days where there was 30,000 different companies making variations of the armor. So again, it's just like real world military. Everyone is issued a helmet, and it's all based off the same standard. But you could have 4 companies making the same helmet, so you have 10 guys in a squad. 3 guys have one, 4 guys have another, and then everyone else has a different version. So again, at least that's my headcanon. They're the remnant. They're going to take anybody who's making the equipment they can.
Now, Michigan Jedi is like, A New Hope Stormtroopers are the classic ones. Now, here's the thing, though. Now we got the A New Hope Stormtroopers and the Sand Troopers, right? And people are calling them the goats, right? Right?
Yep.
I've had one person ask me the other day, should I sell the Sand Trooper Hot Toys version and make bank and buy the newer Rogue One Stormtroopers? And I told them, if you have no connection to those figures, as far as personal connection with them, you can sell it, make bank, and buy more figures that are brand new into the market. So,
yep. I mean, it's all about perspective, and it's all about your connection. I mean, if you have figures, they're making bank. You don't have, you could live without them, and there's other figures you want. Flip that figure and buy yourself, stuff you actually want, rather than just buying it because it was cool or it was hot at the time.
Yeah, if you can make bank and then buy more figures out of it, then do so. I could have with unless the OG Mandalorian was one of your favorite figures of all times, or that freaking moment. Like for me, it was one of my favorite moments from Mandalorian. That moment really saved Star Wars for me. Other than that, you could have just made bank with it, sold it for $400, $500 on eBay, and call it a day. Before the whole release of the 2-pack with the blurb, now it's going to be a little bit harder for you to sell that right now because people are like, I'll just pre-order the blurb and Mandalorian. I'll get the OG Mando.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. Again, it's all about your own personal choice and what you want. Just be smart. Think about your choices. Don't buy everything you see, and have a plan for action.
No, I do like the setup, by the way. Like, you can really have fun with the display with both these figures.
Yeah. I mean, it's
and with your Incinerator Trooper as well, display them up all together.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, too, I almost wouldn't be surprised if the Mortar Trooper will see another Hot Toys exclusive tag on it. Like that, what if, the Commander and then the Mortar Trooper were supposed to be, the 2 Star Wars Toy Fair exclusives for this year? I mean, I potentially could see that, and then the Mortar Trooper might have the exclusive tag on it as well, and that might be, unveiled in a couple of weeks because it already has the RSVP tag on it.
This could be we'll see. Is like, I like how the Commanders teach him how to aim in that picture. Honestly, this could be a meme. Not gonna lie, this could be a perfect meme. Like this and that. This could be a meme picture. I always looked at it. This is a meme. Yes, meme material. There you go. It's freaking meme material. It's a freaking meme material, bro. No, I love it, and I love that motor setup. And more likely that figure is going to come out now. People. Now let me see. I don't know if you can tell from here that did they remove the foot holders here?
I'm going to be honest, I can't tell. Because on the left side, it looks like they might have, but on the right side, it looks like his foot might be in one of those slots. I mean, or it's just they've sculpted the whole base to look like it's a sand dune. You know?
I honestly think that Hottoys might just not put in the work for it and just give us a damn whatchamacallit. Just a reissue base like they've always been doing.
Well, I mean, I think the most
because the footprints are still there. Look, the footprints are still there.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of that's been reissued as much as this topper in different colors is the road base that has the bullets on it. That's been used for Terminator. It's been used for Whiplash. It's been used for the Diecast Mark 7. You know. But the thing is, the Terminator release had the electronics and lights in it. Every other release, they've gutted it. It has no electronics, no lights, no battery compartment. So, you know, that's par for the course for Hot Toys.
But I'm loving the accessories, though. This figure is going to be freaking awesome when it comes out. I can't wait. I'm getting 2 for now, but I'm working to get maybe 2 more if Hot Toys doesn't drop us the E-Web Cannon Stormtrooper.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's another cash cow. And again, if Hot Toys doesn't say anything, I could see Sideshow going, let's do another run of the E-Web. You know,
dude,
at a certain point, Hot Toys has to take action, or Sideshow's just going to basically be like, yeah, we're just going to, because it's already, Sideshow just has to, you know, get authorization to reissue the molds. And again, it's not that difficult if they're already releasing Grievous because agreement was already made out, you know, with the appropriate parties. So at this point, I don't know if Sideshow has to wait to see if Hot Toys does things or if they're just, again, gauging the market and just trying to be calculating about when and what they release or even hint at.
They fly now. You know, the Jet Troopers, man, when I first saw them, they looked like J.J. Abrams was like, let's grab the Predator face and turn it into a Stormtrooper. That's what they did. The crab face, you know?
Yeah. The mandibles. Oh, yeah.
Thrawn is throwing some Attack of the Clones reference in there. But yeah, I am really enjoying, like I said, the Hunter. I really love the Hunter. And from the prototype pictures from Echo, that head sculpt looks freaking awesome. Not gonna lie, it feels like Billy / Rambo in a way with Tamara Morrison mixed in.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that the way that his like that birthmark on his left side goes, it almost looks like permanent camo. And then he's got the bandana, almost like Rambo.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, I think Hunter's actually going to be. I see, and I don't know where to put it, but I think Hunter himself will get up there, maybe around Cody's popularity, not to Rex, but it almost seems like he's going to be in that group. There's specific clones that are the good guys.
Yeah. Easy's like, did we talk about if they will make all these Bad Batches? Yes, we were contemplating about it since they teased us with Echo with that first picture, but we haven't elaborated on it after the reveal of Hunter and Echo yet. So,
spoilers. Yes,
spoilers. But I think most likely we are going to get the Hunter. But as far as like the others are concerned, I don't know if we're going to get the full Bad Batch. I think. Like I said before, I think we are going to get the full Bad Batch, but not all the head sculpts.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to say anything other than like the way that like Echo's head is done is fantastic. Again, because the helmet actually needs to attach to the the headband on the back of his head for it to physically connect. So Echo's head and his helmet are actually one piece when it's fully on. And then if you can actually look at the helmet, it has the exact cutout in the back. So again, the helmet and him become one full integrated piece, and I think that's genius.
Yeah, look at the hole. Look at the hole right there. You see it right here. There's a hole. There's a little gap right here. In the back,
go back, and you can see it much better. Go back one picture. See it?
Oh, right there you go. There, you're right. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that. That's pretty cool, actually. Wow. Wow, that's impressive. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
So Echo is one of those weird situations where you actually need the head sculpt for the helmet to work. So it's one of those situations where Hottoys, they had to do it this way, otherwise the figure couldn't even work.
Echo head sculpt equals a little bot 2.0. Not gonna lie, but that Hunter though, just look at that Hunter, man. That Tamora Morrison cosplaying as Rambo.
Yep. Most definitely. And like I said, if you actually look at Hunter's top torso armor, that's commando armor. Well, Echo's wearing reg armor or arc armor.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between the armors here. A lot of the figures as well, from a lot of characters. Also, I think Wrecker, like you said, Wrecker might be the next figure that we might see the head sculpt, and possibly a 2-pack with Omega.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, if they're going to copy Sideshow, they actually did a 3-pack where they came with 2 clones and they came with the kid.
Yeah,
Waxer
and Boyle, yeah.
So I could potentially see them doing something like that, where, again, that you might get Wrecker and then you might get Tech, and then it would come with Omega. And then, Omega's coming with her little accessories. I already know, potentially know one right off the bat, the chip, the code chip.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder what was the Separatists working on with Echo, or what they were trying to do with him.
An infiltration, probably infiltration, probably a Manchurian candidate, sleeper agent, something like that. And the funny thing is, watch him get activated somehow by mistake.
Kind of like the Russian spies.
Yeah, like he somehow is, and again, watch it. Like I said before, to the unit of battle droids that we saw in Rebels that refused, the commander, the tactical droid, refused to believe it was a valid order. So he took all his guys, they did it and they ran off. Watch that somehow play into him being activated.
Wow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So there's a question here. Let me see. Trying to find it. Okay, Thrawn is asking, would Omega potentially be the first child figure Hot Toys ever makes?
Well, they made Luke, baby Luke, and that's technically a child.
That is true. Once this go, baby Luke, with the Revenge of the Sith Deluxe Edition Obi-Wan Kenobi. Great set, by the way. That set is going fire right now.
I'm trying to think. Even as accessory, I don't think so.
They've made Wicked, but he is sort of a child, but Wicked, Ewok child.
Yeah.
Oh, not Ewok child, but more of an Ewok teenager at that point.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone that they've done.
Yeah, but Bad Batch figure is going to be a hot sale. Yeah, they are, but then how many of them are they going to make? That's the problem. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that Hot Toys might just make the 3 or /4 with a 2-pack Omega, and then not give us the rest of the team, and then give us just Tarkin, Bad Batch, and maybe another character in there, maybe a couple of clones.
Yeah, and again, without getting too spoilery, I do think that we have already seen the first quote-unquote iteration on screen of a certain type of new trooper. Based on the armor and who he is.
Okay, so let me see. Before we continue on with what I wanted to talk about with, because a lot of people wanted to talk about, Kylo and Rey. I think we have time just to hop on this one figure I wanted to look at. Let me go share and then go back. Let me see. Where's my window? Where's my Sideshow? No, there's no, not my Sideshow, but my. There you go. And just pop this up. This is a figure we want to talk about. It's from 3-0. And they've been 3-0's been killing it with the 1/6 scale figure lines. They've been popping up, especially the Transformers. Mm-hmm. And they just got the Stranger Things license.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't watched Stranger Things, but I do know what the Demogorgon is. I'll be honest, it almost looks like something from Stephen King. And that's just from their, obviously this might be their promo shots. I think it looks really good. It just seems to have a little bit of depth to it. And again, it could be the exact opposite of, the hot toy photos where the lighting sucks. It's just, the lighting here is really good to, amplify all the minute details in the mouth, and especially, like the skin texture, and you can see the ribs and all the, even like the ligaments and the detailing. But I think this looks amazing.
Yeah, it does, man. Like they're really hiding the scenes pretty well with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think this is one of those things because they're highlighting and extenuating again, other parts and features of the, the body, like the muscle tone, the bone structure, the ligaments. That's also helping to hide the seams of where they are. Because it's visually, it looks aesthetically like it should be there.
Siscast podcast like meow. Are we meowing the damn Stranger Things Demogorgon? I wouldn't mind a Hopper if they put in the if they got the actual licensing for this show. I wouldn't mind once to scale characters like the Stranger Things cast, like Hopper.
Well, I know who Harper is. Now, here's the thing. That's potentially a wild card because, again, he's playing Red Guardian in the Black Widow. So are they going to make a Red Guardian? Or even if they made a prototype, that means they have a prototype of his head.
That's true. That's right. That means Stranger Things might not be able to get the 3-0 might not be able to get the licensing for Hopper then.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, who knows? Because I don't. I can guess a lot of this stuff, but on situations like that where you have different companies owning, basically the same likeness rights, but across different companies through different IPs. Again, who knows? I mean, that run into like a WWE situation where, WWE is the master contract holder and license for, essentially if it's one of their characters that the wrestler is playing. Don't know.
Sidcast asking, yo, Nate, you getting all the Star Wars characters? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, sir. With what they put out this week, I'm thinking of getting the Blurg Mandalorian. I'm not sure I'm gonna get another Blurg though. I'm not sure I'm gonna get another Blurg. It depends on if the Quill comes out, but I'm definitely gonna get one Blurg. I might get two. We'll see what happens. But I am gonna get the Troopers. I'm gonna get the Bad Batch. If they come out with the whole Bad Batch, I'm in. I am freaking in. If they start dropping them Bad Batches, I'm gonna keep getting Bad Batches. Them Troopers, I can't say no to them, man. And with the Sideshow figures that were released with the Star Wars, with the animated Clone Wars, that's taking my money, Sideshow. Mm-hmm. Freaking hell, man. But yes, it's gonna be a wild. It's gonna be a wild ride. The next few releases. Okay, and then I think we were talking about the Stranger Things. I think that might be a seamless. Maybe that might be seamless body.
It looks like it. Well, at least the arms are seamless because there's no exposed joint.
Yeah, it does look like it. But they did. 3-0 did a fantastic job with it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
No, it's absolutely amazing what they did, and I think 3-0 doesn't get much love unless it's a freaking Transformer. but they did a fantastic job with that. But yo, if they freaking drop the premium scale version of both these figures of the Jetfire and Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen, take my money, because this is already looking freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, out of all the Transformers fan, Revenge of the Fallen is my least favorite. But yeah, it does look amazing. Now, as far as premium format, I don't know if they necessarily would do this exact version or if they do the modified version from Dark of the Moon. Because in the final battle of Chicago, he did have Jetfire's armor from his trailer, but it was a different, more streamlined version. So if they do a premium format Prime, I think they would just include the armor, not necessarily release another Jetfire and do it as the Dark of the Moon line.
Now, as I was going through the comments, right, through these releases from Transformers, people were asking premium format. It's the 3-0 winked sort of on their questions and answers, like it's in the works. And maybe you are right. Maybe Dark of the Moon premium format version with just Optimus Prime and the armor pieces, because that'd be a whole other freaking premium format for 2 more figures.
Well, if they did a premium format of Dark of the Moon, then are they going to include his trailer, because his trailer then turned into his armory, because again he literally had a mobile armory with him. You know, the giant. His trailer turned into like the ring he would just go, like walk into, and he had this choice of weapons, including some of Jetfire's stuff.
Damn. No, that's
I know like third-party Transformers companies, for Masterpiece, like the scale below this, they made the trailer that actually converts into the ring, and that trailer alone was $250-$300. So, I think if they're going to do something, they're going to go balls to the walls and make it an actual, premium deluxe full set, full armors, full weapons, and give them the Jetfire parts rather than making another Jetfire and giving them the armory.
But there's so many different ways you can run this. But I think we're pretty much done with what I wanted to show here with the let's see. What was the third one I had here? Give me a second. I have a third one here before we continue, because I wanted to talk about the Kylo Ren a bit more. Okay, so that was just Echo. We already talked about Echo.
Yep,
okay,
yep.
So let me just end the screen here and then just go straight to the Kylo Ren, because I know people wanted to talk about Kylo Ren a bit more.
Yep. Just flat off the bat, I think it looks amazing now. I'm not getting it. I had Force Awakens Kylo, but I sold all my sequel trilogy stuff, and I mean, it's one of those things. If you like the sequel trilogy, you like Kylo, you don't have a figure yet, jump on this now. This is going to be waitlisted before it even gets in stock. This is such a low production figure, and the thing is, they never gave any inclination of of how they updated the head sculpt to make it look amazing. So again, this is selling out already in Hong Kong. This is going for a decent amount of money. And Hong Kong really doesn't like Star Wars or the sequel trilogy. So, if this is going, it's going to go fast and, once it hits Sideshow. Or at least...
Dude, I'm really, like I said, man, I'm really enjoying the helmet. Even though it doesn't make sense with the story. It was just JJ got mad that Ryan Johnson destroyed the helmet and he brought it back. That's the reason why. Because the thing is, if you were following the storyline with Kylo from The Last Jedi, he destroyed the helmet because he wanted to leave the shadow of Darth Vader. Because the helmet was representing his kind of like block, where he's like he wanted to become Darth Vader, but he realized that he was only a shadow. He needs to break out of that mentality that he wants to become the next Darth Vader. He wants to become someone else. He wants to become the next supreme leader, which at the end it makes sense, why he destroyed that helmet. But then bringing it back didn't make sense. I'm like, now you want to be another Darth Vader again, but scarred up. I'm like, forget. I'm getting into the story. But I do like the way it came out with the pulsing light up effect.
Yeah, it looks dope. It does.
Yeah, I do. It's pulsating too. You watch the videos, it does pulsate.
Yeah, it pulsates like the Spider-Man Deluxe Cell Suit, where the Molten Man pulsates, has multiple modes. It's like that.
Kylo struggles just like his grandfather. Yeah, he was trying to break out of that. He broke his helmet because he's falling in love with Rey. Oh, get out of here with this! Oh my god! But this picture right here is what sells me right here, because literally you can show this picture and then just like people be like,
a promo shot.
yeah, it does look like a promo shot. That's what I love about this figure. This one right here looks freaking amazing.
Yep.
And then let me go to a different picture of the head sculpt, because they have a close-up version. Oh my god, this looks good right here. You know what's funny? I read this comment the other day on one of our videos, and they said that the Kylo Ren head sculpt looks freaking better than the actual actor.
Okay. But yeah, that looks insanely accurate.
So. Yeah, if you have not picked up a Kylo Ren and you're looking to pick one up, this is the perfect one to pick up right now. Because I don't think it's going to sit, man. I think, I said it before, it might do better than Rey to sell out, right? To sell out, it probably stay after the pre-order phase and sit for a minute. But it could be possible that the sales can go up depending on how well the Rey turns out. If the Rey turns out freaking 100% fantastic, the sales can push this one to go even higher, because that's what people want. They want to keep their Rey and Kylo together.
Yep. So, and again, like as long as Hot Toys at least updates, the elvish face of Rey to something, at least looks like Daisy Ridley, yeah, it'll be a no-brainer. Both of those will sell out fast because none of the figures were made in adequate batch numbers. Limited production run. Hot Toys is losing money on these figures.
Now, let me see. Thrawn is asking, do you think they'll throw in a yellow lightsaber for Rey? That's the thing about it, man. I don't know. It would be nice. Hot Toys has done it before, where they threw in extra accessories that were not displayed from the original promo releases, kind of like the OG Mandalorian. We did not see any electricity from the promo pictures, but when the final release came out, they added the electricity for the plasma rifle. Kind of like what they had for the Emperor Palpatine electricity.
Now, they're talking about the final lightsaber, right? Her merged one?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think so, because they would have to mold a brand new lightsaber. And I don't think they want to put any more money into this figure than they absolutely have to. Just, they want to be done with the Disney sequel trilogy, wipe their hands from it, and never think of it again.
Yeah, we did. We haven't. I know people like posting pictures of when we're gonna get Poe, when we're gonna get Finn, and all this and that. I'm like, nah, man. The last thing that's coming out from Hot Toys with the sequel trilogy is that damn Rey.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna touch anything. There'll be no reissues, no exclusives. It's dead. Once Rey is released, in the words of Kylo Ren, they're gonna let the past die. So
let the past die with this damn head sculpt, baby. Look at that, baby.
Yep.
Look at that. That's the best, man. If this film wasn't so controversial, this literally is the best figure of the year. Like one of the best figures of the year.
Yeah, from the head sculpt perspective, absolutely.
This definitely could be a runner-up for best figure of the year for that damn head sculpt alone.
Yep.
Now, do you think the prices will change up for the original, for the Last Jedi Kylo and the Last Jedi Rey? If with how well this head sculpt turned out, I think this will actually overtake the resale value of the Last Jedi Kylos.
Yeah, this will retake it, but it won't necessarily drop the Last Skywalker, because the number of these made is going to be so far limited to what was made for Last Skywalker Kylo. So,
yeah, and also the Last Jedi Kylo. That's another thing about it is that a lot of people prefer the Last Jedi Kylo, not because of the head sculpt. Head sculpt is definitely one of the best out there for Kylo, but because Kylo was the Last Jedi, as controversial as it is, a lot of people favor Last Jedi over the Rise of Skywalker, especially the sequel fans.
yeah, I mean, again, to each their own. That's all I'm going to say on that.
To each his own. Yeah, to each his own. That's why people prefer the Last Jedi figures versus the Rise of Skywalker stuff. But this one right here is just a grail. This is asking to be a grail. Especially, this could be literally the grail of the sequel trilogy because of that head sculpt alone.
Yeah, I mean, I potentially see this going into 550 range. You know, give it enough time. Absolutely. Again, that head sculpt is pretty spot on, you know. But yeah, I mean, there are only going to be. I mean, I can't even say this because it's a sequel trilogy figure, but yeah, I think this is the one Disney sequel trilogy figure that has the potential to reach in the $500 mark. Again, based on the fact of its likeness, and they didn't make that many.
Yeah, and if you guys are looking to, hop on the bandwagon for this figure and have an extra one just in case for resale, remember how well the Kylo Ren did from Last Jedi after it sold out. Is going up there. People are still asking for that figure, so this could be the same thing with this Kylo because history tends to repeat itself.
Exactly, yeah, and like exactly, Thrawn. Disney will never put these out for reissue. They'll never go to Hottoys to do it. Hottoys will never do convention exclusives. Again, this is it. If you want sequel trilogy figures, if you want Kylo and Rey, this is your last chance to get them at retail.
I'm not a big fan of the sequels. Every YouTuber ever. No, I straight up tell you, man. I hate the sequel trilogy. But if you love it, that's fine. That's more power to you. But I do like the characters. Like I hate the story, but I do like the characters. It's not going to stop me from buying this figure. Because I do.
They did Finn dirty. I mean, he had so much potential. As a former stormtrooper defected, then he's potentially force sensitive. How awesome is that? You have Luke Skywalker training a former stormtrooper who's force sensitive. Does that not scream Star Wars?
Yeah, they did Finn dirty, man. I could have seen Finn becoming one of the other Force users, through the mix, because it made sense with his story, but then it got pushed back because they were pushing more Kylo and Rey.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest too. Disney's pandering to China. China audiences, they don't necessarily want to see a black actor. They don't want to see it in Star Wars. So yeah, Disney once again pandered to China, and they did it also on the posters. They did it in merchandising, advertising. They're doing it now too. Because if anything with the sequel trilogies is even put on any posters, it's Kylo and Rey, nothing of Finn. If any of the sequel trilogy stuff's even put on any of the posters.
Now, Single Songwriter did say another one, another comment the other hour or so. I'll say in a minute, but Luke stands alone on my shelf. Needs a Kylo. Yes. My Crate Luke is standing by himself with Darth Maul right now, so I need a Kylo Ren with him. But a Single Songwriter did say that I think one of the reasons why General Grievous is not being worked on by Hottoys is because the whole fact that China tends to be superstitious with people with 4 arms, so it might not. General Grievous might not favor well over there. And like I said, it's always about their market first versus ours. What sells better there.
Exactly. I mean, there's certain, and again, I don't know the specific rules, but I know like the Chinese, the censors, they're very big in what is it, like death or like witches and spiritualism, ghosts. They're very, very, against that, from a cultural perspective.
Yes.
Maybe someone can chime in on that.
Yeah, kind of like what happened with Taskmaster. A lot of people were complaining that Taskmaster from the MCU is not. It's not Taskmaster. His metal skull, like it should have been white. But here's the thing, though: the Chinese market doesn't like those white skulls. That's the thing, So they had to rechange that look for the skull to make it more metallic.
Well, and the thing is, though, what they actually did, that skull, it's, at least for his costume, it's supposed to be called a ballistic mandible cover. So it's actually a real world military, security. You wear that, you put that on a combat helmet, you attach it. It's literally a piece that goes over your jaw that's, semi bulletproof. So what they're basically trying, I think, to make Taskmaster look like is, someone who's obviously very trained in military, all his equipment, is military spec. So, and that was, I think, the closest thing they could get to him having the skull, but it not being the skull, but explaining it in a real world situation of why it looks like that.
Man, that makes sense too as well. And it looks like Taskmaster through the trailers, is using his abilities like from the actual comics, like where he's copying certain moves from Black Panther, copying certain moves from Captain America, and using it in his repertoire.
Yeah, I think he has, what is it, like mnemonic memory?
Yes. Yeah, as well, to the point where the only person that can outsmart him or outmaneuver him, because Taskmaster is it's to the point where no one can outmaneuver him or outmatch him unless it's Deadpool. That's how overpowered Taskmaster is. The only other person that can outmaneuver him is freaking Deadpool, because Deadpool is just it's so random. It's hard for Taskmaster to keep up.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, his like that mnemonic memory, it's a real thing, but it's so rare. It's supposed to be like less than 60 people in the world actually have it. So
wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real thing.
Isn't Taskmaster a woman? No, not that I remember. I think it was a guy. Unless they changed it in the MCU, gender swapped them.
No, I thought Taskmaster was the one who was running the Black Widow program, who was basically the headmaster who was approving all the training.
In the original,
like in this one.
In this one, that's what I was thinking too. Like they're doing a whole bunch of stuff now with that character.
I think Taskmaster is basically the Russian version of Arnim Zola. Like I said before, I think this is basically going to be Black Widow's Winter Soldier movie, where Cap went in and infiltrated and got Hydra out of S.H.I.E.L.D. Black Widow is going to go into Russia and remove the remnants of Hydra, from their Black Widow program. Because again, this takes place right after Civil War.
Yeah.
So, I think this is her doing essentially what Captain America did, but they're both fighting Hydra.
They both fighting Hydra, and I was hoping that if we do get like a cameo appearance of Winter Soldier, from his Savage days, where it's a flashback with Black Widow, explaining how she got that mark that she keeps talking about. Like, I can't wear bikinis anymore.
Yeah, because exactly. The Iranian nuclear scientist she was smuggling out of Odessa.
Yes. No, I wouldn't mind that. That gives us more reason to get a 2.0 version of Winter Soldier. Hell, we might still get it with the flashbacks from Falcon and Winter Soldier. But what if Hottoys is saving that third figure from Black Widow for Winter Soldier 2.0?
I mean, anything is possible. I mean, yeah, exactly. Because again, I potentially see one of those figures now with Sharon Carter, because it looks like she's going to be sticking around for a little bit in the MCU.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at this angle, right, dude. That's Supreme Leader Kylo right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's got the facial context. That's got the shading, the detailing. It's really nice.
Wow, this is freaking amazing right here. Just freaking right here, man. Jason Bourne is like, Nate, what do you mean no more bikinis? No. Well, the thing is, she explained it to Cap when she first met Winter Soldier, or sort of met, or first fought him. Winter Soldier laid a freaking slug on her just to kill the doctor that she was trying to, or the professor she was trying to save. In order to kill the professor in front of Black Widow, Winter Soldier had to send a bullet right through her abdomen and hit freaking the professor or the Iranian doctor or whatever.
Yep. So
yeah, so no more bikinis. She's explained it right there. No more bikinis.
Yep, and it wasn't a normal bullet. It was a specialized, slug with no rifling, which means it couldn't be identified.
That's right too. Yeah, it couldn't be identified. Wow, dude. This looks amazing though. This right here, that angle is freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
But and this one's good too. But anyway, guys, we're nearing the end of the stream. We're almost at 8:20, so I guess we can start just wrapping up things over here. Michigan Jedi, I know you're leaving. I appreciate you staying as long as you did, and also, yeah, that's what we do, guys. We love talking about Hot Toys and just getting into this sort of like podcast that we have, which I need to turn into. I need to turn these videos into podcasts. I've been hearing about people telling me, hey, you got to turn these into podcasts, but I got to have time to do it. I rarely have time anymore to do things like that. The next thing I'm going to do is the Bacardi cut, right, for y'all that you keep asking for, because the stream got blocked because of my dumbass decided to stream a Bad Batch at the last hour, which we almost did. We almost completed watching the Bad Batch, that hour, that 75-minute episode through Bad Batch to the stream. And then the YouTube and Disney caught me. Oh, we got to block it.
The mouse knows all.
Yes, they found out. We are going to try and get this release the Bacardi cut pretty soon. I got to go through. I grab the 7-hour stream and then re-edit it to where I might either do Bacardi 1 clip, Bacardi 2 clip, Bacardi 3, or turn it into an hour stream. I don't know. We'll see. I could cut it to where it could be an hour stream versus being the 7-hour. Because there's a lot of things you can cut. But I don't know. I might do segments of it.
You got to do chapters, as in shot 1.
Shot 1.
Shot 2.
Shot 2.
Shot 3. You got to do it like one of those dramatic, like Nightline or one of those television news shows. Be like, shot 1, dun dun. At this time, he approximately does this. You got to play with it.
Did you get a channel strike? Oh, no, man. In order for me to get a channel strike, I have to say something literally bad to Disney. I'm talking about how they've been going the woke train go broke video or whatever. That's how you do it. If you start attacking Disney or attacking companies about woke going broke or whatever that is, kind of like what Geeks and Gamers does and stuff like that, then yes, I'll get a channel strike. But I just got a copyright claim that said no worries, you just got a copyright claim, just that your video ain't gonna be shown. So.
Yep. Believe me, no big deal.
Yeah, and no big deal. If I start attacking companies, then yes, eventually I will get a channel strike. But that's not what I do here on Geeking Out. With Don here, we just love talking about Hot Toys and geek news. So.
Yep. And yeah, believe me, we don't want to go causing trouble and making waves when we don't need to, because in the long run, it sucks for us, not for them.
Yeah, but 4 parts like the Snyder Cut. Yeah, that's what shot 13. Just showing my progression into drunkenness with Nate. I look how bad Nate is going. Dude, man, I was going crazy, bro. I was going crazy. Blame on Nate geeking out. I could take the heat. Actually, I got a channel strike from International Skating Union from. Oh my god, that's wild. Yeah, I have not gotten a channel strike like that. So, you should be. Hopefully, there's ways to try and fix that with a channel strike. Somebody you get that taken off, but sometimes you don't. It just depends on YouTube. But anyway, guys, thank you for checking us out tonight's stream. We got another stream going for Wednesday at 6 p.m. We might have Nobi coming in. We might have Dante from Hot Collectibles. His schedule has been flipping flopping because of he's been going back to his job and stuff like that. But our next stream will be 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, going to 8 p.m. We might have a stream on Tuesday this week, depending on what gets released. If something wild gets released, then we'll probably have a stream. Tuesdays are kind of like our wild card streams. But right now is Wednesday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern time, or 8 p.m. 8:20. Depending on how far we get into it. Mm-hmm. But Don Prime, you got anything to say?
Nope. Just again, thanks, folks. Thanks for joining us on Mother's Day. Just be well, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, and happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thank you, Easy, for joining the chats. It was a lot of fun seeing you. Optical 20, Sith Sithcast podcast, and then Denobi 2 was in the stream as well. So it was a lot of fun. And also, thank you, everybody, for joining in. I do appreciate y'all staying for as long as you did, especially with Mother's Day. And like I said, happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Yep. Have a good one, folks.
And remember, guys, we're just Hot Toys, men and women, pretty much trying to survive in this Hot Toys universe.
All right, folks.
It's going to be wild next year, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Next year, guys. Pre-orders. We're dead, man. Our walls are already dead, bro. Later, guys.